Hi, my name is Emily, and to get straight to the point, in the ratings we read how children could be used to show political issues in a more indirect or discreet way. A quote I picked to represent this from the readings was, "Children represent the real world. They promote privatization, personalization of the social detriments, and a mass consciousness in the audience." Quote. In the movie, we see a group of children having to go through difficult situations, including collecting mines from landmine fields, finding jobs because they're in need of money, and the absence of adults, which then carries on to them having to take care of one another. And this shows the structural detriments that they go through, which was mentioned in the quote that I mentioned. Another example is when Satellite gets emotional and seems to have a mental breakdown. This is towards the end of the movie. This kind of shows how children have been forced to take adult responsibilities, which cause this mental breakdown, you could say, or emotional breakdown. And it gives the audience kind of a wave of emotions and shows the toll that this time had on, especially on children, especially due to the situations I mentioned, having to go through difficult situations like dealing with mines. Satellite had gotten his foot blown up, and had been also considered disabled since he was now walking on crutches. The absence of adults was very important through this, because throughout the movie you don't really see an adult, a mother or father, looking after this group of kids. They're more seen as refugees or just abandoned kids. Another example would be the children, by the use of children could make the audience relate to a certain character or to a lot of characters in the movie by relating through their everyday challenges like poverty, the loneliness, the abandonment, the amount of refugees that were there, and the government presence or the government lack of presence. We see a lot of like US soldiers. We don't really see any like Iraqi soldiers trying to protect or anything. It's just kind of like the US presence is there. Another quote I chose for this was, "Non-professionals were themselves and they were subtle and genuine, their lives resembling the characters' lives. Their faces had significance and the impressions of an intense inner life." In the film, a character I say that maybe people could relate to would be the young girl that had to care for her disabled little brother. I believe that this is one of the characters that maybe suffered more, because she didn't really say much. She was just quiet in her own thing. But she had experienced wartime, abandonment, the loss of her families, and still had to continue and take care of her younger brothers. Would definitely taken a toll, and I think that this would make a lot of people relate to her and feel emotional towards this young girl, which correlates to my next point of being the one scene that would be considered taboo or bad scene if it was portrayed by adults would be the scene where she kills her little brother. Due to it being a child killing another child, you kind of feel a different set of emotions. Whether if it was adult killing a child, you kind of feel anger, you kind of feel confused, you don't like continue watching the movie. Even though it is in the movie, you kind of get this other sense of emotions, but since it was a child killing another child, you kind of get that sense of understanding of why she did it, and you don't feel that set of emotions of anger, fear, or confusion. So yeah, that is my movie analysis.